by the kind generosity of the Metropolitan Police. But I'm only one of 1,100 people who have assembled the most extraordinary movement Britain has seen for decades. The idea that 1,000 people are queuing up and saying to the police, please arrest me, because I care, because we care about what's happening to our precious earth. And it's quite extraordinary. When I came out of the police station in Plumstead this afternoon, a few hours ago, I checked my Twitter, as you do, and I saw the most extraordinary, crass tweet from our Mayor, Sadiq Khan. His message to Extinction Rebellion was, not I hear you, not we must make London zero carbon by 2025, not I'm going to set up a citizens' assembly immediately to see how London can be zero carbon, not I'm going to work with the media and the government to get the message across to Londoners about the crisis. His message was, let's go back to business as usual. Well, I know Extinction Rebellion and every soul that's assembled here today, we're not going back to business as usual. Because we know what business as usual means. Many of the spokespersons for Extinction Rebellion this week have been plagued with silly things about tactics. Are you putting people off? You should be protesting about China. You should be protesting about India. Well, I've got a message to Sadiq Khan. Business as usual in London is carbon destructive. So I'll tell you what I'll tell you what business as usual in London is. It's a government that is supporting fossil fuel expansion. The government is advocating fracking across the UK. The government is funding and subsidising new oil fields off the coast of Scotland. The government is funding and subsidising new gas fields off the coast of Scotland. And our government is actually proposing, extraordinarily, a new coal field in the United Kingdom. That is what business as usual. We need an end to that now. When a government says to us, we hear you, and they do this, we know it's rubbish. And so Extinction Rebellion is much more necessary than ever was. Another thing that's business as usual in London, as I heard many people in the Citizens' Assembly this afternoon say, is the financial industry. London is the core of one of the three biggest sources of funding for fossil fuel across the planet. So when they say London and Britain is only responsible for 1 or 2% of the global's carbon footprint, it's nonsense. London is a source of billions of pounds of funding going to the fossil fuel industry. So you remember, if you've got an account with Barclays, if your charity has an account with Barclays, if your business has an account with Barclays, if your employer has an account with Barclays, you are colluding with climate change, climate damage. So please, every single one of us have a responsibility on this issue. Your bank, change your banks and send a message to your friends and neighbours and colleagues. Get your money out of climate change. Can I hear you say yes? Yes! Can I hear you say yes? Yes! One more! Yes! Okay, thank you. And the third area where London is the source of this climate destructive is our oil industry. Shell and BP are investing billions, not just in existing fossil fuels, but in finding more fossil fuels. The fossil fuel industry, in the next 10 years, is proposing to invest $1 trillion, not in existing fossil fuels, but in finding more fossil fuels. When we know we can't burn even a fifth of what we have already got. $1 trillion to be invested in new fossil fuels. Why in God's name is that legal? Why aren't the people who are funding that $1 trillion not in jail and not the 1,000 XR heroes? Extinction Rebellion and every single one of you. Let's make investment in fossil fuels a criminal offence of the highest order. So when I say, I want to say something, and you say it, let's criminalise fossil fuel investment.
Fossil fuel investment.
Let's criminalise fossil fuel investment.
Let's criminalise fossil fuel investment.
Come on, this is a rebellion, louder!
Let's criminalise fossil fuel investment.
For you. Thank you. But aside from business as usual, to put an end to that with the oil industry and the financial and the government, something else I want to put an end to business as usual. And that's our relationship with the police. One of the most extraordinary sentences I heard this week was by somebody I didn't expect it from. A guy called Ken Marsh. Ken Marsh is the chair of the Police Federation. And on Radio 4 this week he said, you guys, us, the Extinction Rebellion, are making things very, very difficult for the police.
Yes!
And do you know how we are making it very, very difficult for the police? Because he said we were very, very passive. Are they really saying they want us to be violent? But what it means, it's amazing. Every single person I've spoken to who's been arrested has the same story. They say, again and again, the police say, we're with you. Again and again, the police say, thank you. Again and again, the police say, I've got kids. Remember, we're here for the police's planet as well. We're here for the police's kids as well. And this is not to forget that there's been many, many, many appalling actions by the police to the people of vulnerability, of colour, and gay people across London over the last decade. It's not to deny that. But let me say from our heart, if we come in peace and stick with it, and stick with it, and stick with it, okay, then we'll triumph. Who's police? Our police! Who's police?
Our police!
Who's police?
Our police!
Who's police?
Our police!
Very good.
Oh.